Is Disney World's newest lounge worth checking out? We are here in Epcot for the grand opening of the brand new GEO-82, an adults-only 21 and up lounge located here just behind Spaceship Earth. We're going to be trying all the food, sampling plenty of the very expensive cocktails, and as always, I'm going to let you know what you have to try and some things you should probably skip. Let's go dine at GEO-82. When I first heard there was going to be an adults-only lounge in Epcot, I was super excited. But I gotta admit, after seeing the menu, that excitement kind of disappeared. Nothing really stood out to me food or drink-wise. As always, I'm going to go in with an open mind, and I hope that I'm wrong and I end up loving this space. By the way, this place is very hard to find, so you're going to want to come on the Moana Journey of Water side, find the Project Tomorrow entrance, walk all the way inside as if you're going in the exit of Spaceship Earth, go in these automatic doors, and voila, the entrance to GEO-82. Fancy floor. It's like the old
that was the inspiration.
The old Epcot. Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Love it.
And then fun fact, Spaceship Earth is actually going to be gold, so this is what it would have looked like.
Okay.
And we have a lot of that gold tied all throughout our lounge as well.
Cool.
And then the scene where you go backwards in Spaceship, those lights, that's the inspiration up here.
Oh, cool. Wow. Okay, first impressions as we're making our way into GEO-82. I appreciate how the seater took her time to kind of go over everything that this restaurant represents. I like how she explained a lot of stuff to us. I had no idea that Spaceship Earth was supposed to be gold originally. I thought that was really interesting. And I like how they incorporated those OG lit up walkways into this restaurant as you're walking in. I thought that was really awesome. And as we made our way in, the first thing that kind of surprised me was how small it is in here. From all the photos and videos that I had seen, I thought it was going to be a little bit larger, but yeah, it is quite small. Now, I do feel like that Spaceship Earth theming is conveyed really well in the waiting area while you're walking up, and over by the bar, I feel like it does get lost a little bit in the main seating area. There's a mix of tables and chairs and couches here, and I feel like it does maybe get a little bit lost over here, although we do have a fantastic cozy little view as it is raining a little bit here over World Celebration. Like, do you see what I mean? We've got the tiles behind the bar, but then over here it's kind of just giving hotel lobby bar a little bit. I don't know. Nonetheless, it does still feel upscale, and before we were actually brought upstairs, they checked our IDs, which I thought was pretty funny, but I guess they have to. And just as we walked up the stairs, we were greeted with some cold scented towels, which I thought was a very, very nice touch. This is nice. A nice cold towel. It smells good too. I needed this. It's toasty out there. Yeah, they smelled really good. I absolutely love that. I hope that's something that doesn't get cut. I feel like a lot of things at Disney sometimes get budget cut, and if things get budget cut, that's going to be the first thing to go. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that's something that sticks around. And obviously one of the highlights to dining here is this view, and although rainy, it is still pretty cool. And with this view, they of course are offering a fireworks dining package. A fireworks dining package that costs, are you guys ready for it? $180. So we're going to talk about all of that later on in the video, and before we get to any of that, we have to go over the menu.
So one of my favorite parts about this menu is right here in the front, it tells you about the different glassware and ice and preparation that the different cocktails have. And when you go to the cocktail menu specifically, you can see what the preparation is for each cocktail, so you can expect with each drink. It's pretty cool. So she was explaining that the bubbles is lighter, not as heavy, whereas stirred is going to be a more strong cocktail. So it helps you decide, because some people like sweet. Now you can tell which one's going to be sweeter and lighter. A fun little fact.
That is definitely the first thing I noticed, and I really appreciate that as well. It makes it kind of easy for you to select a cocktail. And I gotta say, I was truly undecided when it comes to cocktails. I really did not didn't know what I was gonna get. I want to kind of go over them with you. So they have a caramelized leek martini, a brown butter old fashioned, and I'm sure you guys have seen this. This is the one with the cool Spaceship Earth ice cube. They also have a strawberry coconut right hand, a clarified New York sour, a highbrow batanga, interesting, a strawberry black pepper sour, a peach shrub whiskey smash, an electron, a brulee banana highball, and then they also have this bourbon flight with bourbons that have been hand selected for GEO-82 and can only be experienced within these walls. Now, along with these cocktails, we've of course got some mocktails. There are two to choose from. These are the beer selections, and right next to that, some wine. Now, I mentioned not really being excited for any of the cocktails here when I first saw the menu, and nothing really stood out, you know? Like, a lot of them sound like really interesting and strange, and sometimes when things sound interesting and strange, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds so strange, I gotta try that. And I must admit, some of these drinks just sounded so strange, and I was just like, I feel like I don't need to try that. But upon talking to everyone that I've met when they're like walking out, a lot of people have been raving about the drinks and giving me a lot of great recommendations, as well as our server. She has got me hyped up to try this strawberry black pepper sour. Our server, as well as so many of you guys, have recommended it to me, so it's what I ended up ordering. This strawberry black pepper sour has Campari liqueur, Luxardo maraschino liqueur, strawberry, lemon, and black pepper for $25. Okay, right off the bat, I am kind of disappointed in the presentation here. I expected something on the rim, maybe a little garnish, and it is just a cocktail in a glass. We do have a nice little foam, so it is freshly shaken. Smells good. It smells nice and bitter. Ooh, I could definitely smell a little bit of that black pepper, and it's a black pepper simple syrup, which sounds really interesting. I heard if you like Aperol Spritz, you're gonna like this. Let's try a sip here. Ooh. That is certainly very bitter. I'm trying to decide if I like it. I think I need to take another sip. Ooh. I like a bitter cocktail, let me tell you. And I feel like this takes bitter cocktail to a whole nother level. I could definitely get that strawberry in there, and it tastes like a very, very fresh, ripe, red strawberry. I get that a little, but the sweetness of that strawberry is cut like crazy by the bitterness from everything else in here. And when they were talking about how you could really feel it, like in the back of your mouth, they were totally correct. I wouldn't worry so much about like the black pepper if that's kind of what you're like worried about with this cocktail, because you definitely get it a little bit, but like it's not like a prominent flavor. It's just that extreme bitterness. This is like significantly more bitter than an Aperol Spritz. So if you like a bitter cocktail, I mean, you'll like this, but trust me when I say this takes bitter to a whole nother level. I'm honestly not sure if I would order this again, which is kind of surprising because I like an Aperol Spritz so much. I don't know, but there are so many other cocktails on the menu. Like I said, we're gonna get another one, and one of the managers was walking around, and I think he sold me on one of the other cocktails. There's one with like peach in it that they said is like biting into a fresh Georgia peach. So we're not gonna get it yet. I think we're gonna look over some of the food before we order another drink. So let's do that. All right. So for food, we do only have 5 options, which I must admit is a little bit disappointing. Maybe as time goes on, they'll get a couple more, which I'm really hoping for. So to choose from, we only have a charcuterie board. We have some cannellini hummus, which is the only plant-based option. They also have a mushroom flatbread, a truffled ahi tuna, and then a jumbo lump crab gateau. Along with there only being 5 food options, all 5 of them are quite adventurous. So if you're not an adventurous eater, an adventurous drinker, this bar may not be for you. Like, if my mom came here, I don't know if she would eat or drink anything. So definitely make sure you take a look at the menu and make sure that there is something you will eat and or drink, because like I said, there's not really anything that's a safe bet here, food or drink wise. But since there are only 5 things, we are gonna order all 5 of them. We're gonna start by ordering 3 because our table is quite small. Our first 3 things have come out and they are looking quite good. I think we're gonna start by trying this flatbread. This is the Funghi Flatbread. It has roasted mushrooms, a miso mascarpone, mozzarella fontina, pickled red onion, and a black garlic molasses for $15. That miso mascarpone as well as the black garlic molasses sounds super interesting on a flatbread there. Not really much flop at all. Little bounciness to the flatbread there. Seems interesting. Let's try it out. We are off to a really good start with the food. I like this so much more than I thought I would. I'm not like the biggest fan of mushrooms. I enjoy them from time to time, but I wouldn't consider myself a massive mushroom fan or anything, and I never really go out of my way to order them, but I would go out of my way to order this flatbread again. This is so good. That black garlic molasses almost acts as like a balsamic glaze, a balsamic drizzle on top. So it almost adds like that same balsamic kind of sweetness. The crust of the flatbread is a little bouncy, but then it has a nice crisp to it. So it's like chewy, but also crispy. And it has so much umami flavor from the mushroom, but then also creaminess from that mascarpone cheese. There is so much complexity to this dish. And for $15, for more of like an upscale bar, it's expensive for the size, but yeah, I will probably be getting this every time I come here. Like, you can kind of see the crust on the bottom there. It's almost like fried. Like, they might have fried this dough a little bit, or maybe at least coated the pan in olive oil so it fried in the oven. Let's see if it's crispy. See if you could hear the Funghi Flatbread ASMR. No, you couldn't hear it. But man, this is so good. If it almost has, I don't know if it has truffle oil or not, but I'm telling you, even if you don't like mushrooms, give it a shot. I think it's really good. I feel like this flatbread here might convince you to like mushrooms. It's delicious. I'm honestly blown away by this. Next up, we're going to see how this hummus is. This is the Cannellini Hummus. It has a pumpkin seed, pesto, radish, preserved lemon, Fresno peppers, and a papadam for $14. All right, Allie's going to try the hummus.
It's pretty good, but it's hummus. I mean, it's pretty good hummus, but is there anything extravagant about this hummus? No. Would I eat it because it's one of the only things that I can have gluten-free? Absolutely. It's pretty good hummus. So I had asked about gluten-free options. The hummus is gluten-free as is. You don't have to adjust anything. The charcuterie board, they can put the bread on the side. They're working on getting gluten-free bread. So at the moment, they don't have gluten-free bread, but they're working on getting gluten-free bread to have with the charcuterie board, which I would get 100 times again. The charcuterie board looks amazing. You could also use these chips in the meantime that are gluten-free for the charcuterie board, which would work really well. You can also get the crab cake. So I think I'll be getting the crab cake to try as well. But I mean, I think it's $12. The hummus is decent. I probably could get, it's 14. But I probably could get hummus of the same quality at Aldi.
All right, Allie has eaten a little more of this hummus, and she's saying as she's eating more and more of it, she's enjoying it more and more, except for the preserved lemon pieces on here. You said you saved me one? I see it. She says she does not like the lemon. So I'm going to try it with the lemon to see how it is. Get some of that hummus on there. I feel like it looks like a little chili onion crisp, like a chili crisp oil on there. Oh, the crackers are super thin. They're just like breaking everywhere.
Where's that lemon?
I got that lemon on there just for you. I kind of like the lemon. When you get it in there with the hummus, it adds like a fresh pop of freshness.
Maybe I had it by itself. And
A pop. Yeah, I wouldn't eat it by itself. Why would you eat it by yourself?
it was an onion.
You thought it was an onion. No. Don't eat it by yourself. But if you eat it with everything, it adds a little brightness to the dish there. The hummus itself, it does just taste like hummus. But I think the accoutrements on top add a nice little, almost like crunchy spice. I don't know. I like the stuff on top. Is it anything to write home about, like that flatbread? No. But if you're eating gluten-free or if you're eating a plant-based diet, this accommodates a bunch of other allergies as well, I think. It's solid. I do think, though, if you don't have any dietary restrictions, there are going to be some better options on this menu. Potentially, this charcuterie board. This has a chef's selection of artisanal cheeses, cured meats, and accompaniments for $29. Okay, we're going to try and remember what everything was on this charcuterie board here. So we've got baguette, peach chutney, wagyu something, cheese, honeycomb, the chef's grandmother's bread and butter pickle recipe, hamoni iberico, cranberry loaf, pecan brittle, truffle goat cheese, Point Reyes blue cheese, meat. And meat. Allie has already stolen pickles off my plate. So good. And she is raving about them, so I want to try one of these pickles. They said it's his grandmother's recipe, right? You know what I love about those pickles? They still have a crunch to them. I hate when pickles are too soggy. They are so thin, yet still crunchy. Sometimes when they're thin too, they get soggy instantly. That is not the case here. They are crunchy, they're just a little bit sweet, and they're really good. Another thing that was really interesting on this board here was this pecan brittle. I don't know if I've ever seen this on a charcuterie board before. Sounds interesting. I wish it was a little crisper, like crunchier. It's almost a little soft. But what I am most excited to try is, without a doubt, this goat cheese here. It's a soft goat cheese. It's reminding both of us of like a brie cheese because it's got a rind on it. And I love a soft goat cheese. They took away the goat cheese on the board over at Baseline Tap House, and things have never been the same. Ooh, I could smell that truffle. Smell this. Oh my god. That's about to be so good. Oh my god, you could. It's a truffled goat cheese. Goat cheese plus truffles.
Is it so good?
That is really, really good. I wonder if they're making that in-house, because if not, I will purchase that from the grocery store. I like what they're doing here. I forget what cheese this is. This is the one that we couldn't remember the name of. But I've seen them do this on TikTok, how they like carve the cheese out. They have like a special like little knife thing where they carve it out all fancy into a little flower here. It almost looks like Parmesan, and the way it's breaking apart reminds me a little bit of Parmesan as well. Almost like a softer version of a cheddar, but it has a little bite like a goat cheese. What I do want some of is this hamon iberico. Ooh, it's been soaking in that honey that it's next to, and it's almost like the honey has made it like a candied ham. Hands down, the best thing on this board is that truffle goat cheese. I think it is absolutely delicious. And $29 for this board, I don't think it's absolutely awful. I think there's a good mix, a good variety of ingredients on here. Would I get it again? Probably. I might honestly get it again just for that truffle goat cheese. It's just hard to beat when you have that $13 charcuterie board over at Baseline with a fairly similar list of ingredients. But this is a good charcuterie board here. But this flatbread here, This flatbread is what I'm going to keep going back to. Winner. This is the winner of round one for sure. Okay, we took a little bit of a break, and now our round two of food is here. We'll call it our seafood round. We've got our crab and our tuna, and a lot of people have been raving about a lot of this stuff here, but a lot of people have been raving particularly about this strawberry peppercorn drink, and then I've been hearing a lot of stuff about this tuna as well. This is the Truffled Ahi Tuna. It's got a Japanese whiskey barrel-aged soy truffle ponzu with citrus, scallion, tobacco, and black sesame seeds for $23. We got a nice little tableside presentation here, and with it they asked if I wanted any chopsticks. I said yes, and they brought over chopsticks, and if you know, you know. The smile, my face lit up. I was like, oh my god, these are the Din Tai Fung chopsticks. You guys know how much I love Din Tai Fung. It is actually, I think, my favorite restaurant in the entire world, and these are the same chopsticks that they have at Din Tai Fung, and they have them here at GEO-82, and it is making me like unbelievably happy. Like, something this small should not make me this happy, but it is. We do only have 4 pieces of tuna. They've got a light sear on the outside, nice and pink on the inside, and these are pretty thick pieces of tuna, so at least there's that. Let's try it out. This looks really good. I really like the citrus on top of this tuna, and I feel that it's seared perfectly. I like the pink center there, and it's nice and cool. It's a good, like, refreshing kind of appetizer when you're walking around the park all day. This is something that you would gravitate towards. It's nice and refreshing. I do wish there was a little bit more of that soy ponzu truffle sauce, because there's a little bit of that truffle. You can taste it, but just a little bit. And as we've discussed, I love truffle, and I could go overboard on the truffle all day. So I wish there was a little bit more. I wonder when they like kind of put it on for you tableside, if you could say, hey, can you put a little bit more? And maybe if you are getting this and you do like a lot of truffle, maybe you could ask them to, hey, put a couple more dashes on there for me. That's what I would probably do next time, because I could personally use a little bit more, but it's not something that I would feel the need to get every single time. Like, I would feel the need to get that flatbread every single time. That's still the thing that I keep thinking about after everything that I try. While I appreciate that these pieces of tuna are a bit thicker, because this appetizer is on the pricier side, I wish this was maybe cut in half, or if instead of 4 pieces, they had the same portion of tuna, but it was maybe portioned out into 8 pieces, because it is a really big bite to kind of take down in one bite, and this is something that you can't really cut in half. Like, it's meant to be one bite, and it is a massive bite for just like one bite. Like, it is a humongous bite, almost too much. So I wish it was like a little bit smaller. They had maybe like a couple more pieces and they broke it down a little bit more. Does that make sense? And our final food that we've got here is actually this jumbo lump crab gateau. It has smoked cheddar, a pickled mustard seed lemon vinaigrette, and supreme caviar for $25. Allie, you already had this because they did a gluten-free version, and you could kind of see there's like some breadcrumbs on top there. The gluten-free version is literally the same thing, just without those breadcrumbs. So it's pretty much the same thing. What did you think?
I really liked it. Now, my family's from Maryland, so crab and blue crab and crab cakes and everything I grew up with my whole life. This is a really fun play on that. It actually had a lot of crab meat in it, which I was really happy for. For $24, I thought this was a really good, really delicious, actually a lot lighter too. Just like you said, it's nice to eat before you go out into the park in the heat. Now, I'm interested to see what you think it tastes like, because it kind of reminds me of something, so I'm interested to see your take on it, Kristen.
As soon as she said that, I was looking at the outside texture and I was like, kind of looks like a quiche. So I'm wondering if that's what she's thinking. Let's try out this crab gateau. And when I didn't know what a crab gateau was, so I Googled it and it said crab cake. So this is like a different version of a crab cake, I guess. It looks way different than a crab cake. We'll see how it is. Yeah, it's definitely giving crab cake. And I could see where you would get like a quiche Starbucks egg bite comparison, but it's more of the outside. I feel like the outside gives that quiche egg bite kind of consistency, but once you get to the inside, you get all of that crab meat consistency. And it does taste a little bit cheddary, and I was questioning how cheddar was going to play out with crab, and I'm not sure where the cheddar is, but it kind of feels like maybe the cheddar is in those breadcrumbs on top. Did you get cheddar in yours?
I think so.
But I really like this. It tastes almost like a citrus mustard vinaigrette on the bottom of the plate. It tastes like a dressing, like a salad dressing that would pair well with a salad, but it also works well with this crab cake here. I do like the texture of the breadcrumbs on top. I like how they did that instead of putting them in with the crab, because it adds a little bit of like a crunchy texture. I didn't try a bite with the caviar yet. They give you a good serving of caviar on top there. That outside totally looks like a Starbucks egg bite. Wow. But I think this is my second favorite thing I've tried, which is so weird, because out of everything I've tried today, the mushroom flatbread is still numero uno, no doubt about that. And the crab is probably number 2, which if you asked me before I dined here today, I would guess that those two would be at the bottom of my list, just because those, based on like my usual preferences, that's not what I would gravitate towards. But taste-wise, I think these are two of the better things. This is a really good crab cake, and like you said, it is loaded with crab, so you feel like you're getting your money's worth a little bit. And it's very, I see where you're getting that it's light, but it's like nice and filling as well. I'd get this again. Oh, that's me. Oh my gosh.
You get a special
A special treat. Oh my gosh. A cookie.
shortbread and then our peach chutney.
A drink and a dessert. And for my second drink, I went with the Peach Shrub Whiskey Smash. This has whiskey, sherry, peach, and a mint shrub with bubbles for $26. I was not expecting this little cookie. This was a nice little surprise. But this is what I've been looking forward to. One of the managers here, we've been talking to a bunch, and he let us know that this is like biting into the freshest Georgia peach you can imagine. It's his favorite drink. He's been hyping it up all day to us, and I love peaches. They are one of my favorite fruit. Again, sniff test. Smells excellent. Allie, you want to sniff?
I
do. Smells nice and fresh. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. I definitely like this a lot more than the first drink. Definitely getting those peach notes. Definitely getting those bubbles. At first I forgot that there were bubbles in that, so I was like really surprised. But I really like the bubbles in that, and I'm not necessarily a whiskey person, so I was really hesitant to order this at first. But I like it. It's strong, it's bubbly, it's fresh, and it's light. This is another thing that it would hit different on like a super hot day after walking around in the heat. This is something that would be really, really good and refreshing to order. While I am enjoying my drink, we still have one thing left to try. So this is a shortbread cookie with some type of icing and then some peach chutney on top. That peach chutney is so good. And one thing I want to say about the drinks, this is like, I guess, kind of a garnish, but just looking around, the drinks don't really have that like impressive garnishes. Like the glassware is really nice and stuff, but overall the garnishes are lacking a little bit. And for an expensive adults only cocktail lounge, I wish they had like coasters instead of just serving all of the drinks on black napkins. I feel like there should be like some type of specialty coaster. You know, they have them at all like the nicer bars and lounges at Disneyland and stuff. I feel like we should get them here at Disney World as well, and this would be the perfect place to start. I feel like this place could use it, you know? All right, so we have made our way out of GEO-82. And we have picked up the brand new Spaceship Earth popcorn buckets. And they light up. They do light up. It's on the bottom. It doesn't look as cool right now because it's daylight, but I've seen them like in the dark and they look really cool. I'm definitely gonna put this on a shelf in my room.
This is the coolest popcorn bucket.
I am not a popcorn bucket girl. Like, I do not collect things, but this is really cool.
This is neat.
Look at the back. It says Epcot. This is one thing that I had to have. They had plenty of stock, so hopefully if you guys are coming to Epcot soon, they still have it, because this is really cool.
They were still unboxing them.
Yeah, they had plenty. But aside from our super cool popcorn buckets, we were also given a special opening day gift because we were at GEO-82 on opening day. And as we were walking in, they were selling like wine glasses and rocks glasses that said GEO-82 with like the Spaceship Earth pattern on the bottom. And they're really cool. And they're selling them for like a good amount of money. And I think they gave us one.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like
oh my gosh, it's a wine glass. Yeah.
Specially wrapped.
It's wrapped. I almost don't want to take this out.
It's heavy.
Here, I'll take it out. You don't have to unwrap it.
Okay.
I'll take it out so we can both see it.
You can like feel the pattern though at the bottom of it.
Oh,
that's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, look, I cannot believe they gave us this. Look, it says GEO-82 and you can see the Spaceship Earth pattern.
That's so cool.
On the bottom. Look at.
What a fun wine glass. What does it say? Made in Italy.
I thought it was gonna have the price on the bottom, but I think this is like, they're actually selling this for like $40 something or something. I don't know the exact price, but if I had to guess, that would be it. Or maybe even more, to be honest. So this is so fun. Like I feel like I made some money back. Like I don't feel as bad for how much I spent today because we got 2 wine glasses out of it.
Commemorative.
We do. It's a fun little thing. Like this is something they didn't have to do, but I'm really happy they did. Okay, now that we have accomplished all of the things that we needed to accomplish today, let's talk about the fireworks dining package, which I told you guys we would get back to. As I briefly mentioned, GEO-82 is offering a $179 fireworks dining package. With that fireworks package, you get to choose from a glass of champagne or a glass of a cocktail of your choosing. They have 2 that are exclusive to the fireworks package only. You also get a platter of appetizer style foods and a small platter of dessert style foods, as well as a table along the window to watch the fireworks. After talking to my server, it does seem like they are going to be able to refill your glass of champagne or your cocktail, and refills on the food is kind of going to depend on how much leftovers they've got in the kitchen, if they made enough to give you a refill or not. It's kind of going to depend. I saw the platters of food that they are offering for this package of appetizers and desserts. I'm showing you them right now, and I can tell you, I don't think it's worth it whatsoever. $179 is crazy. To put things into perspective for you, you can do a fireworks dining package at Spice Road Table in Morocco for $80 a person, and that includes an appetizer platter for your table, a dessert platter for your table, and each person at your table gets to choose 2 shareable appetizers, and you get unlimited sangria. Again, that is $80, and you are a couple feet away from the fireworks with a completely unobstructed view right on the water. Or you could do the celebration at the top, Sip, Savor, Sparkle at California Grill for $149, where you get unlimited access to a full bar, all the hard liquor, all the wine, all the beer that you could possibly imagine, unlimited refills on all of it, unlimited sushi, unlimited premium appetizers, unlimited desserts, anything you could possibly imagine, and then you watch from a private balcony outside of California Grill. So as of now, would I ever recommend you do the fireworks dining package? No, but let me know in the comments if you want to see me waste $180 and do the fireworks package at GEO-82. If enough of you let me know that you want to see me do it, maybe I will be extremely financially irresponsible and do it. And while I would say the fireworks package is certainly not worth it at GEO-82, do I think just a regular reservation at GEO-82 is worth it? To that I say, it depends. For me personally, as a local, I feel like the only time I will go back there is if I have friends in town that have never been and they really want to go. But if it's just like me and my friends that are also locals that have been before, I feel like we would never go back there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are better bars and lounges around Disney World that I would personally prefer to go to. Even here in Epcot, I still prefer La Cava de Tequila in Mexico. And if we're just talking in Disney World in general, I think I prefer the Enchanted Rose to GEO-82. So would I recommend it for you? if you're not necessarily worried about money and you're only coming here once and you don't have kids, maybe go for it, grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, but it's not really somewhere that I would seek out to go to, although I did enjoy my time there today. So you guys will have to let me know down below in the comments whether you plan on checking out GEO-82 or not. I feel like this is going to be a very controversial spot, so I want to hear from all of you guys. As always, thank you for checking out this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon for your support. I appreciate all of you. If you don't already and you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, I'm always going to give them to you, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.